let's get right in. So shuffle up the hand. Let's take a look at, I guess we'll make North the declarer for all of these contracts and see what we have in store in terms of card play. So in a club contract, looks like oh boy. Well, North is basically going to be leading out of their hand. So I think that means they're going to end up losing 2 club tricks. The king and 9 of clubs are both going to take tricks. Because if declarer goes like ace of clubs and a low club, East can duck, the queen will drop the jack, but then the king 9 will be sitting over the 10-8. Declarer is also going to lose a diamond trick, because East has the king, but declarer can knock out the jack just by playing high diamonds out of hand. And declarer is going to lose 2 spade tricks. Now, I guess I'm a little bit curious about the possibility of East ending up forcing declarer, but I'm not sure that it's going to be all that helpful. Like if East leads a heart and eventually gets in with like the king of clubs or king of diamonds to play another round of hearts, declarer could put up the queen and dummy, ruff the king, and East was only going to get the 9 of clubs anyway, so declarer was already planning to lose 2 club tricks. So I think it's really just going to be 5 tricks for the defense. 2 spades, 2 clubs, 1 diamond, and that's it. And I don't think declarer can do better themselves. Like heart lead around to the ace. I mean, if declarer tries to play diamonds instead of pulling trumps, then West might get a diamond ruff. So if they go like ace of diamonds and a diamond, East could win the king, play another round of diamonds, promoting this jack of clubs, and then if West gets in with the club jack, then they can play a spade through. I mean, declarer might still have a way to actually get escape for 5 tricks, or sorry, for East-West taking 5 tricks, but I don't. But yeah, I don't think that declarer is going to get more than 8 by doing that, for example. Okay. So, I mean, just kind of like following through one of the plans. I haven't looked at what happens if East leads spades at trick 1, because like that could end up forcing declarer. Although once again, West has no entry. So it's not like even if East forces declarer with the 3rd round of spades and then roughs in on the diamond suit, declarer is still going to have the ace of hearts to protect the suit. But like, let's say a heart lead to the ace and declarer just goes ace of clubs and a club. Probably better to lead a low club first, but ace of clubs and a club to the queen. And now declarer works on the diamond suit, diamond to the ace, queen of diamonds. Eventually East will take the king. And I mean, it's not like East has has anything great to do, right? They return a heart and declare can just ruff and then start running diamonds. East can get their ruff in with the 9 of clubs, pull trumps with the king of clubs, but then yeah, I mean in fact in fact, East needs to be a little bit careful. They can't just return a heart here. They actually have to cash the club king and then return a heart. Otherwise, declare could effectively end play them to lead away from the spade ace. Maybe a diamond return also does it. I mean, declare could technically pitch a bunch of spades on the diamonds, but East can rough in with the 9 of clubs, and even though declare pitches all of dummy spades, now East can pull the trump with the king of clubs and exit a heart at this point. And again, declare is going to be forced to lead away from the king of spades at the end. So yeah, I mean, it does look like 8 tricks are going to be available to declare, and not really much to the play, as far as I know. Oh my god, I'm always wrong. Declare can make 9 tricks. So what did I do wrong here? Because it looks like pulling trumps makes it very easy for declare to take exactly 8 tricks. I don't know. What did I do wrong? Wow. Like that line of play we just looked at, where declare pulled 2 rounds of trumps and then set up the diamonds. There's really nothing to do for declare from there. East is just going to pull trumps and then exit a red suit card. Okay, I wonder, what if declare in the process of pulling trumps when they get in with the club queen sets up a heart trick in south, and in the process strips out East's last heart? Does that help in some way? I think the answer is yes. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is clever. So on a heart lead again, which, I mean, East doesn't have a ton of great opening leads. Like a diamond obviously doesn't look great. Maybe it doesn't blow a trick, but a heart at least is passive. So declare could go ace of clubs and a club. And once they win the club queen, maybe a little bit counterintuitive to force themselves, but queen of hearts covered by the king. Actually, I don't know if... Like, declare needs to pull 2 rounds of trumps, otherwise West can get a diamond ruff if they don't. So it's not like declare could set up diamonds earlier. But I'm wondering if West discards on this trick and declare pitches a spade. Is that problematic for declare somehow? Obviously, deep finesse is going to say no, but I want to think this one through. So declare pitches a spade loser. And then sets up the diamond suit, but East gets in and goes ace of spades, queen of spades, forcing north. And East will still have a spade winner to cash when they eventually rough in on the diamond. So this actually doesn't work. I didn't I thought this was going to be the plan. Like, if West covers the Queen of Hearts with the King, I think Declare's in good shape. They rough this trick, and now they just start playing diamonds from the top. And unlike the previous example, now East doesn't have a heart to exit. So East could pull another round of trumps. Wait, isn't this the same? Can't East still just exit the Queen of Spades? And then eventually rough in on the diamond and cash 2 more spades? Okay, so maybe this isn't the plan at all. I thought that this was going to be the plan, but okay, maybe it's not. Let's stare at it again. I suppose if that was the answer, maybe I would have found it. So heart to the ace, and now what? Let's try and eliminate some things to figure this problem out, because this actually seems rather difficult. If we just like lead the Queen of Diamonds, this doesn't work. Because East will win, they can give their partner Diamond Ruff, which does come at the cost of like a club trick. Oh, although now after 2 rounds of spades and another diamond, the defense is like thoroughly in control. Declare is not going to take very many tricks from this point, in fact. So, okay, ignore that plan. I mean, obviously exiting the Queen of Diamonds looks silly, but just in terms of trying to set up the diamond suit. But I think for the same reason, Ace of Diamonds and a diamond also doesn't work. Ace of Diamonds, diamond, East can win the king, and then play another diamond. And okay, I mean, if Declare roughs low, for example, with, I don't know, the 6 of clubs, West can over rough and then play 2 rounds of spades. I mean, it's probably going to be like follow one of these lines of play through to the end, and there's going to be some weird high cross rough from here. But yeah, I mean, East West already have 4 tricks at this point. The King of Clubs is going to be at least a 5th trick, so Declarer is not making 3 in this case. And I suppose the question is whether or not East can actually get 2 more tricks from here. I would suspect yes. Like, just lead another diamond. I mean, Declare would have to rough high, and then yeah, I mean, it looks like East is getting 2 more tricks, for sure, if not more. I mean, I suppose it's even possible that East gets 3 more tricks from here, but at least 2 more tricks. Okay, so setting up diamonds doesn't seem to be the answer. Obviously, Declare doesn't need to lead ace in a club. They could try and lead a low club first instead of leading the ace. But I still think a big part of the thing that makes this difficult is that Declare needs to pull 2 rounds of trumps before setting up diamonds, but that gives East the opportunity to force Declare. Hmm. I don't know. I'm pretty stumped. Let me try one more thing. I'm having a hard time visualizing this, because there's just so much going on. But what if we pull one round of trumps and then work on the diamond suit? I mean, we would need to think about what happens if East ducks versus if East wins the king here. But like, if East goes king of diamonds and a diamond, no, this is still 5 tricks for East West, at least. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm ready to look at the answer. One more think. Nope. I'm out of ideas. All right. How do we make 9 tricks on this hand? So a low club to the queen. Sure. Play back a club. Did I just like miscount or something? Like what's happening? Okay, so East wins. And let's see, what did I say? Return a diamond, right? Oh, I was kind of on the right track. Okay. Yeah, so this was basically the line that I was looking at, but I I was thinking about how do we strip out East's heart, and it didn't occur to me that we needed to wait until this exact moment to do it. Now that East is out of diamonds, and we've pulled 2 rounds of trumps, and East hasn't been able to pull a 3rd round of trumps, now we can actually just rough a diamond to get over here to strip out East's heart. And I mean, it doesn't matter if we lead the queen or whatnot. The only purpose is to then oh, funny that if we exit the 10 of clubs, East can just win and knock out the spade king, then rough a diamond winner and cash spades. So we have to play diamonds, and now East will rough. They can pull our last trump, but then they have to lead away from the spade ace. So, okay, cool idea. Yeah, these like careful timing hands, because we can't rough out East's heart early. Otherwise, we've forced ourselves too many times, and therefore East can pull trumps. But then the key point is that East is kind of end played when they get in with the Diamond King. If they pull trumps immediately, their King 9 of clubs get condensed, and our 10 of clubs is a winner. If they lead a heart back, they remove their own heart exit. Obviously, leading spade is no good, but then leading diamonds leaves an extra club in south, which gives us the entry we need to then rough the second heart. Very cute. Okay. Let's see if we can do better in a diamond contract. So this one might not be that difficult, although I guess that is to be determined. West doesn't have any entries. And so I guess let's see. On a heart opening lead, Declare can win. Go what? Yeah, East is going to get end played again into leading a black suit. Declare can basically pull trumps, use the Queen of Clubs entry to rough a heart, stripping East's heart, and then just throw East in clubs to lead away from the spade ace. So Declare will end up losing a diamond, 2 clubs, and the ace of spades for the same 9 tricks that they could take in clubs, apparently. That looks right to me. I don't see anything else clever that Declare can do. I guess there's also a secondary way to make 9 tricks. Yeah, wait a second. No, this is super cool. Okay, hold on. Heart lead. This is cute, but also kind of irrelevant. I was seeing if we could get an extra trick this way. Let's say Declare leads a low club right now. Well, if East tops up with the king, I mean, that's no good for them. Then the Jack of Clubs falls and Declare only loses 1 club trick. So East has to play low. Declare can win the queen. And now Declare can lead the Queen of Hearts. West will cover. Declare can ruff. So a heart's set up. Well, now Declare can lead... I was trying to be super cute. I was trying to say if Declare leads the Queen of Diamonds, East can't win this trick. But that's just not true, because East is out of hearts. So even if Declare gets an entry to the 8 of Diamonds, the Jack of Hearts gets roughed as Declare tries to cash it. I mean, the end play would still work against East, but this is not as clever as I was thinking. Let's just look at the simplest way to end play East. Declare wins the Ace of Hearts and starts pulling trumps, let's say. I guess actually Declare could lead the Queen of Diamonds now, and East can't take it. Maybe this kind of transposes, because now if East takes the King of Diamonds and plays back a diamond, Declare does get this second diamond entry to set up and rough hearts, and the Queen of Clubs will be a late entry after pulling trumps. So, 8 of Diamonds wins, Queen of Hearts, King rough. Now Declare pulls 2 rounds of trumps and leads the club to the Queen, and it looks like East actually is going to come under even more pressure. In this example, Ace of Diamonds, pitch a heart, 10 of Diamonds, let's pitch a spade maybe. And let me just be a little bit careful about how we handle the end position here. Another diamond, I suppose. Well, if East pitches a club... Okay, let's stare at this, because I don't know if there's actually a squeeze against East, or if Declare can just basically cash out. Why am I having such a hard time with bridge today? So club, I mean, I don't know, maybe these are just very difficult problems. So club, if East were to play the king, great. I mean, then Declare just loses one more trick because the club's run, a spade goes on the jack of hearts. If East ducks the king of clubs, Declare can win the queen, cash a heart, pitching a... Oh no, the flies. The flies are back. Cashing a heart, pitching a club, but East can throw a spade. No, but then Declare could ruff a heart with the 9 of diamonds and East gets squeezed, right? Okay. So lead a club. While East has to duck, Declare can win the queen. Jack of hearts pitching a club. Well, if East throws a club, Declare can go club to the ace club. East will be end played into leading away from the spade ace. So East has to pitch a spade on this trick. And if Declare tries to cross to the club ace, well, so be it. East falls small and Declare tries to cash the 9 of diamonds for some squeeze. Then East can just pitch the queen of spades. But by roughing a heart, East actually gets squeezed because Declare has protection in the club suit. If East comes down to a stiff ace of spades, Declare ducks a spade. And so East will now have to come down to a doubleton club and then ace in a club and plays East. So this actually just kind of worked when East won the king of diamonds at trick 2. So going back, yeah, I mean, it looks like this squeeze just works. When East gives the second entry to the 8 of diamonds. So, I mean, East can obviously duck when the queen of diamonds gets led, and then Declare doesn't get to set up this extra heart trick, and then the squeeze, I don't believe, operates. Yeah, it doesn't look like Declare has any sort of extra way to develop a trick from here. I mean, one thing they could try and do is lead a club. Again, East can't take the king, so they lead a club to the queen. They take a roughing hook, setting up a heart trick. And then they go like ace of clubs and a club. And East gets to win. And I mean, there are two kind of annoying things for East here. If they want to avoid giving dummy an entry in the diamond suit, they would have to lead the king of diamonds, which would blow a diamond trick. And then, in fact, Declare could pull trumps and exit the 10 of clubs, and they would be end played into leading away from the spade ace. And if they lead back a low diamond, Declare does get an entry with the 8 of diamonds. To then play the jack of hearts, discarding a loser from their hand as East roughs in with one of their natural trump tricks. But East is going to have an exit at that point. So the jack of hearts, for example, pitching a club, fine. East roughs in with one of their natural trump tricks, or with their natural trump trick. So somehow East ducked 2 rounds of diamonds, then roughed away from their king and won, and took effectively 0 trump tricks on this hand. But East is going to have an exit. They can just get out the diamond king, and Declare is going to have to lead away from the king of spades. So it does look like 9 tricks are the limit based on this sort of plan, but the defense needs to be very careful as to how they manage to avoid an end play from East's perspective. So, yeah, just kind of like looking back at the play on this hand, this Queen of Diamonds play is actually very cute. Okay, apparently East can take the king. So why is that? What allows them to actually avoid this subsequent squeeze that we had looked at? Oh, on the Queen of Hearts, West doesn't play the king. Aha. Did I say this already? I think I did say this already. That if West didn't play the king, then declare or maybe I said this in the club contract. We were talking about the club contract earlier. But yeah, this is an effective way to kind of ruin the squeeze opportunity for declare later, just to not rectify the count, basically. Force declare to cash their winners early as opposed to setting them up for later. And so now declare just doesn't have anything to do. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting that West playing the King of Hearts actually does allow this squeeze to function, as we'd seen. Pull 2 rounds of trumps and then lead a low club. And this is kind of the only way to make the squeeze operate, is like, sure, we can play the 9 of diamonds first, apparently, but low club, East will duck, we win the queen, and then Jack of Hearts and then a heart ruff is the only way to make it happen. So, kind of interesting. These types of squeezes where it's like the way to enact the squeeze is to ruff a loser with your last trump, I think are very difficult to see. So, anyway, cute hand, but 9 tricks all day for declare on that one. Let's look at the heart contract. Okay. This time East-West should do a little bit better because West has entries in the trump suit itself. Dude, I might need to kill this fly before I continue. I guess I'm going to leave it for the time being, but if it continues buzzing around my head, then it's got to go. Maybe I should look at this from like West's perspective. Like, how are they doing in hearts? Because it looks like they have no spade losers. They are going to lose quite a few trump tricks, but East does have plenty of entries. King of Clubs is an entry. The King of Diamonds can be used to kind of stop the diamond suit, stop them from being forced. At least for one round of the suit. And then the trump suit itself, I mean, North's going to get the ace of hearts. South is definitely going to get a heart trick with the queen jack. And I guess West can get forced once in diamonds because North has a ton of entries. Like, North could, for example... Oh, actually, East is on lead. Right, I was thinking that West was declare, but of course not. So I mean, like, heart opening lead, round to the ace, and North could go ace of diamonds, diamond. As declare pitches a spade? Not declare, West pitches a spade, for example. Then like a heart, I guess South would split. I guess Declare should probably cash 3 spades now. Otherwise, South can pitch a spade on 3 rounds of diamonds. So something like spade to the queen, ace of spades, spade probably overtakes to lead a club up. North can scoop up the ace, play a diamond, forcing Declare. But then, like, club to the king, rough something in West's hand, and South gets the last 2 tricks. South gets the queen 9 of hearts, so this would be 5 tricks for North-South and down 2. I mean, that looks like a pretty natural line of play for both sides. Can North-South do better? I think it's pretty difficult. I mean, after a Trump opening lead, it's not like North-South can come up with some sort of weird cross-ruff plan where North roughs the 3rd round of spades with the ace of hearts. So and I don't think there's a better plan for North-South than to play a couple of rounds of diamonds. I mean, if they don't play a couple of rounds of diamonds, then West probably could eventually set up some sort of Trump coup against South. Like, then they would be able to, like, not have to rough until much later in the play. And so they could score the king of clubs, they could score the king of diamonds in due time without getting forced in the diamond suit. They could take 3 rounds of spades. They could then maybe rough a diamond, cross back to the clay. I mean, maybe it's going to come out to be the same. Yeah, it might just end up coming out to be exactly the same. Same 8 tricks for East-West. So down 2 seems pretty likely, and apparently only on a Trump lead, which actually makes a ton of sense given that given that every other lead seems to blow a trick from East side. A club lead away from the king gives up a club trick, spade away from the ace gives up a spade trick, and a diamond away from the king. I mean, doesn't exactly give up a trick immediately, but it probably does allow North-South to force West an extra time. So without the king of diamonds scoring. Okay. A heart contract, kind of understood. Spade contract. This one might be a little bit easier. East-West do, in fact, have an 8-card spade fit. And I guess... Okay, no, maybe this one is not going to be easier because, I mean, with the 5-1 heart split, West is going to have a lot of difficulty in setting up their heart suit. Like, I was thinking maybe, I don't know, we lead a low diamond at trick 1 to try and get West's hand to pull trumps before North gets any heart roughs, but I guess it's not so simple. So maybe East should again just lead a heart, give North the heart ace. North can underlead the club to get their partner in to try and get a heart rough. But maybe that's not even the best defense. Maybe North should actually pull trumps. Like heart around to the ace, spade, trying to prevent heart roughs in East's hand. And Declare wins. Then what? And by Declare wins, I mean East wins, right? So like heart around to the ace, spade. East can win the queen and what? Like play a heart? Jack? Small? Another spade? Yeah, this isn't going great for West. Because now if they pull another trump, they don't get a heart ruff. Although they do get to lead a diamond up to the king. If they lead a diamond away from the king, well, fine. They now get a heart ruff, but they don't have the king of diamonds to discard a heart loser. So West is still going to lose a heart from here. A heart, a club. Are going to be the losers that they still have. I mean, North can exit a low club, for example. Yeah, there really isn't anything. Looks like 3 more losers for East-West from here. So, I mean, East-West will make 8 tricks, I guess, is the conclusion on this plan where they just pull trumps. Like, can they do better? That's the next question. You know, after heart to the ace, what happens if instead of pulling trumps, North goes after a heart ruff themselves? I mean, we saw previously that, like, Declare doesn't need to play the king of hearts when South plays a high heart. So I guess maybe it's not that effective for North-South to go after ruffs. Like, Declare could just win the king here and play another heart, ducked, and now what? I mean, if South once again avoids pulling trumps and, like, I don't know, goes queen of clubs and a club, is this, like, good for Declare? It feels like this might be good. Not for Declare, for East-West. This might be pretty good for East-West because now they can, like, lead a diamond up. Okay, North takes the ace. I guess maybe South gets saved here by ace of clubs, pitch a diamond. But otherwise, there was just going to be, like, a really high cross. Actually, there is just a high cross ruff, isn't there? Like, now it just goes king of hearts, ruff over ruff, king of diamonds, ruff over ruff, heart, discard, ruff, diamond, discard, ruff. I mean, I guess the king of spades takes the last trick, but yeah, so still 8 tricks for East-West in that example. Looks like 8 to me. So that would be 2 down. And yeah, lots of ways to get there. East-West can even lead a low club and still make... I guess that's because they actually set up a club trick. They lead a low club towards the jack. Eventually, the king of clubs sets up to discard a heart loser. So that makes sense. Okay. Let's look at no trump. The last strain. So North has 5 diamond tricks, ace of hearts, ace of clubs. But in the meantime, East can build an entry to West's hand and get over there to play a spade throw. So East-West are actually going to take 5 spades, a heart, and a diamond before anything else happens. And so that looks like it's just going to be down 1, and there's really not much to it. And so heart opening lead, I mean, this is very forcing. Declare can set up the diamond suit. But now heart over. And a spade through. And East-West run the spades for 1 down. Declare is going to have to pitch one of their diamond winners eventually. I don't think there's anything better for East-West. I mean, sure, they would love to get the king of clubs, but they don't really have time. Declare just wins the opening heart lead and knocks out the diamond king. So this is just going to be down 1 on a heart lead. Making 4 on the king of diamonds lead, don't try that one. Making 4 on the king of clubs lead as well. Also not ideal. Okay. Let's move on. Let's find a bidding hand. Is this a good one? Not really. Try again. This looks like it could be a game-worthy contract for East-West. So let's see. Let's bring up our auction keeper tracker. All right, 2/1 auction. We'll say West gets to deal, just so that we have a little bit of variety. So in 2/1, West will open a club. East will bid 1 heart. West will bid 1 spade. East will bid, So XYZ, and we're going to be playing, which means East. I mean, I think there's a couple of different ways to play this sort of XYZ type thing. The way that I think a lot of people do, which is the most natural, is that you just bid 3 hearts with this hand if you want to invite. Or East could bid 2 hearts as like a sign-off type thing if they wanted to do that instead. I don't know what East should be doing with their hand. Like Ace King King is great, but it's only a 10 count. And so invites tend to be opposite the weak no trump range is what we're looking at in this example. Like we're not inviting opposite partners 11 to 18 range or whatever it is for the 1 club and 1 spade rebid. We're inviting opposite 11 to 14 because that's what partner most likely has, or some sort of unbalanced hand in that vicinity. So is our hand really worth an invite? I guess. I mean, it's probably a little bit thin, but sure. So we could bid 3 hearts. If you were playing maybe a little bit of a different type of XYZ, you could make the assumption that your partner does not have 3 hearts for the 1 spade bid, because if they had an unbalanced hand with 3 hearts, maybe they would raise you instead of rebidding a spade. A lot of this depends on your agreements about this specific auction. Like what is opener showing with this bid on the 3rd round of the auction? Because if they could be like 4-3-2-4 or even 4-3-1-5 or whatever with just a minimum opener, then obviously they're not going to be raising 1 heart to 2 hearts here in this sequence. But if this shows extras, then maybe some people would raise to 2 hearts rather than rebid a spade on this hand type. I personally prefer the treatment that 2 hearts shows significant extras, like reverse strength, basically. I mean, maybe it doesn't have to be exactly reverse, but thereabouts would be kind of the minimum for me. And therefore, like 2 hearts would make a lot more sense on 3. But if we're playing kind of the more, I don't know, we'll call it mainstream approach that I think a lot of people do, because people kind of, here's why a lot of people play this sequence. I do want to rant about this sequence for a little bit, so I'm going to do that. I think a lot of people play this sequence, shows the 4-3-1-5 minimum, because they take their hand and bid it one bid at a time. And so they open a club with 4-3-1-5 because that's what you open. Their partner bids a heart. Great. They bid 1 spade because they don't have 4-card heart support, so they bid spades. Then their partner bids a no trump, And now they start thinking and they realize that this hand is probably going to play better in a suit contract. So they rebid 2 hearts with 3 because they're letting their partner know, hey, I don't have 4-card heart support, but I want to play in a suit contract. And to them, that's kind of the whole thought process on it. And like, that's fine. You can totally do that. And so I think that's one of the reasons why like a bunch of people, I would say, it's like pretty mainstream to have this 2-heart bid just show that hand type. But and like there are good players that play it. There are absolutely good players that play this as just like a minimum 4-3-1-5, which it's fine. Like, yeah, I think it is important to have an agreement about it. And I personally prefer that this shows like substantial extras. That's just me. Anyway, let's go back to the actual auction. So if I'm playing like the sort of thing that I prefer, hey, Game King, 2 hearts on the West cards. I'm talking about the auction sequence in general. I'm not talking about this hand. Yeah. Hey, George Brad. Hey, Eric. Yeah. So what does that mean East is doing? I think I settled on 3 hearts is fine. What I was going to say, though, is if the 2-heart bid from West could be a 3-card suit in that sequence, in a club, a heart, a spade, a no trump, 2 hearts, then you could go through check back here with the East hand, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, and this would show a 6-card invite. Because if you had a 5-card invite, you would go through this sequence. Although, let me just think about this for a second. Because a lot of people also play that 2-no here is a transfer to 3 clubs, like effectively a weak transfer to 3 clubs. So then, therefore, going through the XYZ 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2-no is the only way to invite a no trump. So, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, agreements are good. So what are we doing? I think we're just bidding 3 hearts. This is fairly mainstream. This is the way to invite with 6 trumps in these sequences, which is fine. Eric said, did I miss what 1 club past 2 hearts is? That is an interesting point, that if you do play, and I've actually liked this. I know that Craig and I used to play this. A club, a heart, 1 anything, 2 hearts is invitational. Yeah, so this is kind of the idea that if you're 1 of a minor past 2 of a major is like, it's not really weak. It's just like some sort of minimum opener. So therefore, it would be 1 club dash 2 hearts is like 6 to 9-ish, or like 5 to 9-ish, or like something like this, you know? Then you can get away with doing this. And I think this is a pretty nice agreement to have, because especially on hands like this, and I mean, very specifically, if your partner rebids a no trump, now your partner really is in this like 11 to 14 or 11 to 13 if you're playing 14 to 16, or maybe 10 to 13. And you really don't want to get higher than 2 hearts if your partner has like a 4-2, 2-5, just dead minimum, like ace, queen of spades, ace, 10, 5th of clubs and out. Right? Then getting to 3 hearts is terrible on these cards, because the rest of the field is just not opening your partner's hand, and you're going to preempt 2 hearts in 3rd seat or something like that. And the rest of the field's playing 2 hearts, whereas you're playing 3 hearts. So I think that is a nice agreement to play, but I don't think that it's all that mainstream for most pairs. I think most pairs play a club past 2 hearts is like weak, like really weak, like 0 to 5. I think this is what most people do with if they're playing weak jump shifts in these spots. I could be wrong about that, but like, what do people do when they have a 6-card suit? They bid 1 of the major and then they rebid 2 of the major over a no trump because that's just what you're taught to do. 6 high card points is responding. 0 to 5, nobody does that? Are you sure? I thought 0 to 5 was pretty normal. Like, because with 6, you just bid 1 of the major and then bid 2 of the major. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe this has changed, but I was pretty sure. You do this? See, Eric does this. Look at that. Not nobody. 1 person, at the very least. Okay, where was I? 1 spade, 3 hearts. Probably just 3 no from West. They have 17, which is nice, but no heart fit and no slam interest. Probably like 0 to 6. Sure. Yeah, but I mean, like, could be a very bad hand. It's like a hand that's not worth responding at the 1 level is, I think, the classification for most people. Okay. 3 no pass. This auction feels okay. What about precision? Or have I been doing Polish club second? Let's do precision. So West opens 1 club. Beautiful. East will make a positive response in hearts. I'm not getting too deep into the precision weeds. Like, we're not going to force East to bid 1 spade or something showing hearts. So West is going to bid... I mean, most precision pairs play relays or something at this point, so maybe it's pointless to look into these positive responses. But let's just do something old-fashioned. Would West rebid a no trump, or would West rebid 2 clubs? I don't know. I mean, maybe in fact West is actually rebidding 1 spade because that's just how it works in old school precision. This just shows 4. But I think maybe 1 no is the practical bid, just save some space. And East will rebid 2 hearts. And West can bid 2 no, just kind of waiting. East can bid 3 no, I guess, unless they feel obligated to do a little bit more. I think 3 no is probably fine. East basically showed their hand. They have a positive, and they only have like a king extra. It seems like the precision auction, at least this precision auction, did not go very well for East-West. They do get to the same spot, but East-West definitely, well, East could feel a little bit bad about maybe missing a potential slam. Although in what, right? West bid no trump. West would have bid spades if they had 5, so they haven't missed a spade fit. West would have bid a 6-card minor, so they don't have a minor suit fit. They could be missing a no trump slam, I guess. If West has like... what, honor doubleton of hearts and like everything else. Like, what would West's hand need to look like? West could have like ace king of spades, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds. That's 15. The queen doubleton of hearts is 17. And I mean, that's only 11 tricks so far. 5 hearts, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades. I mean, West could have the queen of spades. West could have the queen of diamonds, queen of clubs. Like, these would be some perfectly fitting 19 counts. And it's not like 6 no trump is cold, but it's a pretty good spot. Yeah, I don't know. This sort of sequence definitely doesn't feel great for precision. But then again, like I said, I think a lot of them are going to be using relays once they find a positive response to their strong club. So maybe this is going to turn out okay in the end. Okay. Let's look at Polish club. If I can figure out what West is going to bid in this system. They have 17. So I guess they open a club. This is the strong hand with 5 or more clubs, 15 plus. East bids one heart. Probably, unless it's like 2 diamonds or something, some sort of weird transfer to hearts. Okay. So 2 clubs, I think. This is the strong hand with heart. I mean, maybe West is supposed to rebid a spade in this case, but let's just say 2 clubs. This is a strong hand with clubs. I think this auction's going to go pretty well for them. I don't know what East is supposed to do, whether it's like 2 diamonds game force or 2 hearts showing extra hearts and forcing. But I think either way, West is going to rebid 2 spades, pattern out. East is going to rebid 3 hearts, maybe. Or maybe in this case, East would just bid 3 no or 2 no to protect their king of diamonds from the opening lead. And then West will raise to 3 no. Something like this. So they've kind of wrong-sided it. I mean, now a diamond lead can come through the jack, but it's not like East knows that going into the hand. Protecting that king doubleton and diamonds makes a lot of sense. And letting their partner know they have a diamond stopper, if that's important. So what did we learn? I didn't learn much about the precision auction. I really do think a lot of the top precision pairs are going to be playing relays. This auction I do not like, though. I feel like the precision pairs did very badly. If this was their auction, Polish clubs seem to work out pretty well. Whether or not West starts with 2 clubs or 1 spade, I don't know what their system would allow, but it looks like they've been able to work out that they don't have a slam, whereas the precision pairs didn't really work that out. 2-over-1 auction went pretty well. I guess this is kind of normal in precision or in any of these strong bid systems. Like if you really have a dead minimum and you open a strong hand, then it's like anytime you just have a dead minimum for your auction, it's going to be pretty bad for your partner when they're trying to work stuff out, because sometimes they'll end up guessing wrong and overbidding, I guess is the point. But yeah, simple enough hand, I think. Getting to 3-0. Very good. Okay. Let's do some math. I haven't done math in a while, so let's figure out how to do math again. Does this look interesting? Nope. Oh my god. That is way too many tricks. Or is it? Maybe it's... I mean, yeah, this is way too many tricks, north-south. Yeah, try again. Probably not the most interesting hand for East-West in either hearts or spades. Just need to bring the heart suit home for no losers to make 4 of a major. Probably not that interesting. Knock out the ace of diamonds and no trump. Man, we'll keep trying. How about this hand? Is this hand interesting? Like a little bit? No, I want something that where I actually have to think. What about this hand? Is the diamond suit interesting enough that we can like look at it as a suit combination at the very least? East Western 4 spades, and they need to pick up the diamonds for one loser. Sure. I actually don't. Yeah, this is probably interesting enough because I stared at it for a little while and I didn't really have the answer. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right. East Western 4 spades. 4 spades east. Let's say 3 rounds of hearts. Three rounds of hearts get led. I mean, I assume Declare always pulls trumps next. Are we playing for 9 tricks? Oh, okay. You know what? You're so right. 3 spades in the east. There we go. Much better. Yes. We are playing for 9 tricks. Very good. Good question. I mean, it doesn't really matter what the contract is, but yeah, trying to take the most number of tricks. You didn't realize counting to 10 was the math that I hadn't done? I haven't counted to anything in a while. Counting is hard. So I guess it's always safe to cross to the club ace, right? To lead a spade up. I'm just thinking about squeezes, because I think that's going to come into play on this hand. I mean, it would certainly be better if. No, I mean, I think this really is just going to come down to playing the diamond suit, but then mostly just playing for a squeeze if the diamond suit doesn't work out. But we have a lot of interesting options in the diamond suit itself. Might retain a club entry, but we're not really playing for 5-2 clubs, right? We're playing to ruff a club and hope that the 4th club also has the diamonds, which basically is just going to need to be south in that case. Like 5-2 clubs are so much less likely than 4-3 clubs that it just doesn't make any sense to try and have an automatic squeeze where clubs has an entry, in my opinion. I mean, we could maybe do the math on this, but I'm probably not going to. That is beyond what I want to write out. But yeah, I mean, I think we can play a club to the ace and lead a spade up, but then we're basically just playing spades from the top from there. I mean, there is some difficulty in getting back to East's hand if they duck around a spades. So like we are going to have to rough a club to get back to East's hand anyway at some point. Okay. So yeah, I think the line of play is pretty clear. So our line of play is going to be club to the ace, spade to king, spades from top. Oh man, wait, actually there's a problem with the heart suit. Hearts could be 5-3. Let's say hearts are, well, would I know that hearts are 5-3 or would I not? No, we don't know if hearts are 5-3. Because South could have led from 3-4 or 5. They could lead third best from 3-4 or 5. Okay, so it's actually spade to the king, club to king, spade, just to protect against North having ace doubleton of spades and North having 5 hearts. Pull, trumps, rough, club. And then and then Game King, you want to try and run the diamond date. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, once we get to this point where they've seen us show out of clubs and show out of hearts, like they're going to know what's going on in diamonds. So a good defender would always cover the 8 of diamonds there with the 10. But we do need to duck a diamond. We could play on diamonds earlier. I mean, the problem is that by playing on diamonds earlier, we open ourselves up to a rough. I think this plan is just good. Like, I think this plan is just like absolutely necessary. I don't know. Maybe this hand is just not very interesting. It's starting to seem like the line of play is guaranteed, and then how are we roughing a club? I mean, we're going to get forced in clubs on the 3rd round of the suit. Like, we have to pull trumps eventually. So Like this, I think the line of play is just forced, which is fine. I mean, we can analyze like how likely it is that this line of play is going to work, but there really just doesn't seem to be anything more here. So then I guess the final question is, do we try and run the 8 of diamonds, or do we lead a diamond to the jack in case South started with king queen? Maybe it depends on whether or not South led from the ace of hearts or ace king of hearts or whatever. Might depend on the auction. Club ace, spade king, club king, spade spade. They play a heart, and we didn't ruff a club. Yeah, but I mean, like, we don't have another choice, right? Like, there isn't another choice to this plan. Like, I don't see another choice to this plan. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, if you have a suggestion, let me know. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe this hand just is boring. We don't have to look at this hand. We can pick a different one if that's the conclusion. Because it feels like this line of play is just okay. How often are spades 3-2? How likely is it that that there's some sort of trump promotion on the fourth round of hearts or the third round of clubs? Yeah, all right. Back to the drawing board. This hand could be interesting. Yeah, let's take this one. Let's say north-south are in 4 hearts. 4 hearts? I'm not sure what contract I want north-south to be in. But let's pull up this hand. Well, let's give a contract. South is declaring what? 4 hearts or 5 diamonds? Well, I mean, 5 diamonds is going to go down. 4 hearts or 4 diamonds, then. Let's do 4 hearts. And we'll try and make it. We'll come up with a line. We'll pretend it's imps. So our line of play is to try and make the contract. If that's even possible. It doesn't look possible, does it? Even if hearts are 3-3? Do I want to make an interesting lead? Do I want West to like lead the Diamond King? Why not? Well, so they play club club. What do you do? No, single dummy. I mean, like, what layout can you actually make 4 hearts after 2 rounds of clubs? There isn't one. Like if hearts are 3-3, you can take 5 hearts and 4 diamond tricks, but that's it. Diamonds 2-2? Okay, you get 9 tricks, right? You take 5 hearts and 4 diamonds. Oh, hold on. I understand. We're playing on diamonds before we pull trumps. And so we can rough the third round of clubs in North's hand. Okay. Okay. All right. So this is worth looking at. Let's take a look. So 2 rounds of clubs. Let's look at some lines of play. So A, rough, spade, king, losing, rough, club, return, and dummy, unblock, heart, diamond to the ace, pull 2 trumps, do something intelligent. Okay, and line of play B is what? Rough. Spade King's not optimal? Wait, why not? What would you rather do? I don't think there's another option this time. Ace of spades and return a spade? But then we take the spade queen. Oh, I see. We can lose a club, 2 spades and a diamond. I see. Ace of diamonds and a diamond. So you're just going to go down if there's a stiff diamond on her. I understand. Okay, hold on. So actually this is interesting. Yeah, this is very interesting. Because King of Spades is best if there's a stiff diamond on her. Like, now we actually have a chance to make it. Whereas we don't if you start with ace and a diamond. Okay, we'll say rough, ace, and diamond. Rough, club, return, in dummy. Unblock, heart, spade to hand. Okay, we need to decide what we're doing if East wins the spade ace and returns a spade. Probably take the finesse. If West wins the spade ace, we're fine. And if the king of spades gets ducked all the way around, I mean, like, that's just never happening, right? Like, there's zero chance that the king of spades just holds that trick. They always win. We're not worrying about what happens if the king of spades holds. Like, this is always losing to the ace. That's just how bridge works. So, okay. So this is basically how line of play A works. Okay. This is more interesting than I thought it would be. So, A. 10 tricks. When? So we need 3-3 hearts. West with ace, jack, fourth of spades, ducks, and then unblocks their king doubleton of diamonds. Yeah. Brilliant. Also, just probably such an unlikely layout that's not going to affect our combination or calculations much. And what do we need? West, spade, ace. Okay, I'm going to put this in parentheses. West, spade, ace, or East, spade, ace, jack. And diamonds 2-2, or stiff diamond honor. So that's 10 tricks. Easy enough. Let's look at the way I've been doing this is doing 9 tricks. Hey, Pixie Nixie, looks like a fun contract. Yeah, it took us a while to figure this one out, but we did find one, I think. 9 tricks. Now this is where things are going to get complicated, isn't it? I mean, I feel like if hearts are 4-2, this entire hand just implodes. We're going to take like 3 tricks if hearts are 4-2. Okay, so we'll say 9 tricks. So 3-3 hearts and East, spade, ace, and West, spade, jack. Also, there's like no spade ruff that happens, so East doesn't have ace doubleton of spades. And also the diamond's working out. So that's one way for 9 tricks. If the diamonds really don't work, don't we also lose an enormous number of tricks? So like hearts 3-3. I guess on 3-3 hearts, we always take at least 8 tricks, right? We're going to get 6 trump tricks because they're going to play a third round of clubs, forcing dummy. We're going to get a spade and a diamond at the very least. I think we picked one that was too complicated to do math. Okay. Focus. Let's try and make sure that 9 tricks, we at least get a count on this, and then I might skip the rest. Um, so let's see. If the spades work out, but the diamonds don't work out, how many tricks do we end up taking? They give us 6 hearts. We get a spade. We get a diamond. But how's the play going to look? 2 rounds of clubs, we ruff. King of spades. Let's say West wins, plays another club. We ruff, pitch a spade. King of hearts. Diamond to the ace. Pull 2 rounds of trumps. Everyone follows. Play another diamond. It loses, but it's king, queen, third. They force us in clubs. That's our last trump. We can cash a spade, but then they just run the clubs against us. I think we need the diamonds to come home to make 9 tricks. Can we do it if everything works out but hearts are 4-2? No. No, we can't. So I think this is it. I think this is the only way we make 9 tricks. 9 tricks exactly. Yeah, and there's no way that I'm actually going to write out every possible way to take 8 tricks. So less than 9 tricks. 100 minus this. There we go. Game King, you say 2-2 is 40. 3-1 is 50. And half of those have a singleton honor. So that is 25 additional percent for 65% total. That is this portion. Yes. Close to a wash, but diamonds off the top is preferred. Wait, what? Okay, anyway, let's write out some numbers. So 3 hearts, 36%. And then West has the spade ace, is 50, or East has both the spade ace jack, 24. Well, I mean, that's, I'm a little bit annoyed that I'm like, okay, hold on. I mean, true, right? Why do I feel like I've lost 2% somewhere? Just call it 75. Oh, we will, but I would like to write some actual numbers down before just rounding. Where did my 2% go? It's because this number isn't right, yeah? Need 3 hearts? But we're doing math. We care about the actual chance of 10 tricks. We're not trying to compare two lines. We're just having fun doing math, because doing math is fun, right? Everyone enjoys doing math. Okay, I am concerned about why I lost 2%. You can do math at the end? No, I want to do math in the middle too. I mean, you're right, but what am I doing wrong here? Oh, I'm not doing anything wrong. This is just the right number. Okay. Because ace of spades and jack of spades split would be 26%. Good. It took me too long to remember that. Okay, great. And then diamonds 2-2 or stiff diamond honor. So this is 40%. And then 50% times the chance of the stiff diamond honor, which is another 50%. Okay. So about a third, about 75. So we'll call this 25. And this is going to be about 2/3. So quarter of 2/3 is going to be 1/6, 16%. Call it 17%. 9 tricks on this line. So 3 hearts, 36%. And east spade ace and west spade jack. So this is our 26% here. Minus the chance that east has exactly ace doubleton, but not ace jack doubleton. So that is 4 combinations of ace doubleton. Out of 6 choose 2. So 4 out of 6 choose 2 is going to be 15. Something like this. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Do I need to quantify this? Or is this just correct? 26 minus this. This is probably just not correct. Yeah, I mean, the actual way to do this would be to count up 3 spades and 4 spades and all of that. I mean, I'm a bit lazy, so let's just say 26 minus a bit. And we're going to call a bit 5%. That doesn't seem right. Maybe what I had before was fine. We'll just leave it like this. I don't think this number is exactly right, but we're just going to leave it. I think it's fine. And then times this other chance, which we said was 65% of the diamonds working out. So what is this? It is 1/3 times 2/3, 2/9. And then this is 20% or so. 2/9 of 20%. That's not a very large number. There's a 4% chance that we take exactly 9 tricks. I mean, I guess this spade situation is pretty specific. But That feels pretty low. I guess it makes sense, though. 8 tricks was probably a lot. So 9 tricks is going to be then 79%. 100 minus 21. Okay, line of play B. Let's look. So 10 tricks. 3 hearts. And what? Diamonds 2-2. What's 18? The legal drinking age in England. Diamonds 2-2, right? So this is necessary. And is that it? We go ace and a diamond. They win. They play a club back. We pitch a spade, rough and North's hand, and then unblock the heart, lead a spade, and pull the rest of the trumps. Yeah. So I think that's it. 9 tricks. So if they get a diamond ruff, what happens? They get a diamond ruff. And then they play a club. We pitch our spade, we rough in North's hand, we unblock the heart. We lead a spade to get back to hand. They play another club. Then we pull trumps, and then if everything runs, so if hearts are 3-3, we take 9 tricks. So this is like 3-3 hearts and the diamond's not working out. Is it only stiff diamond honor, or does this work if diamonds are king, queen? Third. Ace of diamonds, diamond, they win. They play another club. We rough and dummy, pitching a spade. We unblock the heart. We play another diamond. They play another club. We rough, and then we can run the diamond. So it's any 3-3 hearts and any 3-1 diamonds. Yeah? Is there another way? What if hearts are 4-2? But diamonds are 2-2. So 2 rounds of clubs, we rough, ace and a diamond, they win. They play another club, we pitch a spade, we rough, king of hearts, spade, they win, they force us, we pull trumps, but then someone still has a trump. No, looks like it's just this. So this is actually pretty easy to calculate. So 10 tricks is 36 times 40, which is going to be 2/5 of 36. I think we've basically done this math before in the past, so that's like 14%. And then 9 tricks is 36 times 50, which is going to be 18%. Pretty simple. And so therefore less than 9 tricks is going to be 100 minus that, so 68. Okay. I mean, line of play B definitely is very simple. So what does this tell us? I mean, it tells us 4 hearts is not a very good contract. on this hand. That's what we've learned, that we don't want to be here. Which probably means that line of play A is preferable. That would have been my instinct if I played the hand, but it is very close. And I think it's preferable because if you get to a contract that the rest of the field's not going to be in, you basically play it as imps, whether or not you're playing match points. So yeah, like the fact that line of play B takes 9 tricks much more often than line of play A is kind of irrelevant, because like if we're going down 1 in this contract, we're probably getting a terrible result against the field or the other table if we're playing imps anyway. So we may as well do our best to try and make the contract, and we don't care if we go down extra. It might matter if we got doubled. If we got doubled, we probably know hearts aren't 3-3, so then we can choose a different plan. But yeah, I guess. How many tricks do they have in clubs? I don't know, too many. That's why I didn't really bother with the lines of play that take less than 9 tricks, or the plans that take less than 9 tricks, because I think that would matter. If hearts are not 3-3, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be too much math in this case. But I don't know. This was an interesting hand for sure. I mean, I think the general instinct of going after your long suit to set up that long suit does make a lot of sense. So going after just like ace and a diamond, line of play B, is often going to be quite a reasonable thing to do, and it's not that far off here from line of play A. But just kind of on this hand, identifying that we need 1 spade trick eventually and working on the spade suit first, which gives us a little bit of an extra chance in diamonds, even if it might cost us a bit of a chance in the spade suit itself, does end up paying off. So line of play A is a little bit better, as we see. That's cool. I'm just staring at the hand again, trying to remember why we don't play 5-2 major suit fits usually. And I think it is this reason. Like sometimes it's okay if we actually don't get forced, but if you get forced at trick 1 or trick 2 or whenever, it's real bad to be playing in a 5-2 fit, because then you need the trump suit to split 3-3 for anything reasonable to happen from there. I mean, sometimes it can be okay, you know, like imagine if we just had solid spades and solid diamonds, but our hearts were like ace 5th opposite king and 1. Then it could go club club, we ruff and go ace king of hearts and then just run spades and diamonds until they take their 2 trump tricks. But yeah, most of the time, then we really don't want to be playing 5-2 fits if we're getting tapped. If only we had 1 more heart on her in South, everything would be better. It might be. I mean, yeah, if South had the heart 10, then I think our chances improve a little bit. But maybe not that much. Because I still don't think we can afford to pull 4 rounds of trumps most of the time. I think if South had the heart 10, we would basically have to take the same line of play. At that point, after club club, we can play diamond diamond. Well, I think it's the same. I think it ends up being the same exact lines of play, right? Like diamond diamond never does better than this, regardless of what our holding is, right? Is that true? Like, can we make on 4-2 hearts if we had the heart 10 and we played diamond, diamond, if diamonds are 2-2? Maybe. We ruff, we go diamond, diamond, they play a club, we ruff and dummy, pitching a spade, we unblock the heart. No, because we need to play a spade to get back to our hand, and then they can just win and play a fourth round of clubs, forcing us. So we need the hearts to split 3-3. Regardless. Yeah, I mean, I think the 10 of hearts is a little bit of a superfluous card. It might help us go down fewer tricks. But we're always getting forced twice in clubs, because they're going to play a third club when they get in with a diamond, forcing dummy. And then when we unblock the heart, the only way to get back to the south hand is to lead a spade, giving them a trick with the spade ace, and then they can play a fourth club and force us again. So south's hand gets tapped twice. Guaranteed. Yeah. I mean, maybe you can do some weird stuff, like instead of pitching the 10 of spades, you can pitch a diamond on the third round of clubs, rough and dummy. No, I mean, you just need 3-3 hearts. Yeah, you just need 3-3 hearts. I think it all comes out the same. For line of play B. But cute hand. I mean, I'm happy that my instincts were correct, that playing on spades instead of diamonds was right. Like, it doesn't really matter. I don't care if I get the problem right, but it is helpful to know that that my intuition has given me the winning answer, or the answer that is most likely to succeed, percentage-wise at least, on this hand. So, yeah, very cool. All right. That is going to wrap up stream for today. But before we do that, oh, yeah, sorry, Game King, you were also thinking out loud about plans. Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah, unfortunately, we just always get forced twice, even if we have the 10 of hearts. Okay, announcements. So, okay. At the end of August, or towards the end of August, starting on August 20th, there is going to be the World Bridge Series in Poland, this is an off year for Bermuda Bowl. So this is basically like the World Championships or Bermuda Bowl for this year. I didn't cover much of the NABC, the Spin Gold, that just took place. I feel like I'm going to have approximately the same schedule towards the end of August. Oh, and by the way, this is going to, can we see the schedule? So this is going, what the hell is this? Oh, okay, they do have the dates on it. So I am leaving for India on September 1st, which is the Open Teams quarterfinals. So I will not be able to cover the quarterfinals, semifinals, or finals, regardless of anything else that's going on. But leading up to that, I mean, there's all of these like round robin matches or whatever exactly it is that's going to be happening. So I won't be able to cover the knockout stage, but I probably could do a decent amount of the Open Teams. Actually, there's a couple of knockout stage. Round of 32, round of 64. So, okay, maybe I will be able to cover some of the knockout stage as well as like a good portion of the Swiss for qualification. And I know that Joe and Brad are playing, my teammates, for this upcoming tournament. But as we get closer, I'll probably have a better sense of what exactly I want to do for streaming this thing.